I purchased this old sewing machine table from the thrift store for $8. There's hardware missing, the veneer has chipped off in several areas, and the machine itself has been completely removed. I just received a letter in the mail today, and it completely changed the vision for this project. I decided to revisit an idea from a project several months ago. Thank you, CREALITY, for sponsoring this video. My name is Barry, and welcome to Mad City Modern. These old sewing cabinets show up in the thrift stores and on the curb often in this area, and probably for good reason. Millions of these were manufactured over the years, mostly throughout the 20th century. It's great to see some of the survivors still intact, some even fully functional. I've had several of those, and I would never dismantle one of them for the sake of repurposing the empty cabinet. But what could be done with the millions of empty carcasses that are thrown in the trash? I'll start by dismantling this cabinet while I continue to assess the damage. In her letter, she introduced herself and her husband. She continued by writing this: "On June 22nd of this year, we eloped here in Columbus, Ohio. On the 19th, just a few days prior, we woke up to our car missing and a pile of shattered glass in its place. Stolen cars unfortunately happen, especially living in the city, but the timing could not have been worse. Of course, it was just before our wedding, but it was also a mere one day after we had sold our second car in an attempt to downsize. This event started a chain reaction of what was one of the most stressful experiences of our lives, and certainly not the way we wanted to start our marriage. Our honeymoon was sadly collateral in the ordeal, and we spent the following days in back and forth calls with the police, trying to sort out the chaos that had unfolded. But that's just the beginning of their story. So what's the point of this simple project? CREALITY sent me their CREALITY FALCON 2 40-watt laser engraver and cutter. I've had other laser engravers in the past, so I was most interested to see if this machine was in fact more efficient and precise. It comes nicely packaged with all the accessories, and the machine is mostly already assembled. It comes with air assist, a solid honeycomb base, a rotating kit for engraving glassware and tumblers, and even a protective canopy with a built-in exhaust fan. This is a great machine for any hobbyist or small business owner. I created an entire video around the laser by creating templates for cutting boards, engraving tools in my shop, and I even used it on my most recent project, an apothecary cabinet made from trash. When I finished creating that cutting board video, I realized that my heart wasn't in it, and for that reason, I decided to start over completely. I'll still make that short video available for the patrons of this channel. Once the veneer was removed from the top of this table, I started sanding with my Surf Prep orbital sander. I then realized there was another thin layer of veneer as part of the substrate. I'm hoping for more of an industrial look for this project, but I have no idea if what I find is going to work. Once I sanded back all the layers, I was very pleased with the variety of wood species. It was very common for most manufacturers to use a variety of cheaper woods as the substrate for the veneer. These are a few examples of the projects I've been working on in the shop with this new laser engraver. I would imagine many of you have already seen the recent apothecary cabinet build. Since I only get one chance with today's project, I need to run a materials test to decide the speed and power of the engraver. I'll run a few tests with another project to get comfortable with this machine before I use it on today's project. For this test, I'm cutting out templates for charcuterie board handles. When switching back and forth between cutting and engraving, I can hit the button on the top of the module to change this from 40 watts to 20 watts. This will make the engraving more precise as seen here. My original plan was to sand this entire cabinet and refinish it, but the more that I worked on it, the more that I realized that it probably wasn't necessary. There is obvious normal wear and tear on this piece, but with a little fine steel wool and some dark oak restore finish, I'd like to try and restore this original finish. So I'll wipe this on, and after about 15 minutes, I'll wipe off all of the excess. For some, it won't be perfect, but I was content with it. Since this piece will never be restored without the machine, I decided to completely remove the tray that held the machine. And although I'm not planning to build anything within the empty carcass, it does leave more room if I should decide to change my mind in the future. She continued her letter by writing this: "The reason I'm writing is because during this time, in the midst of a lot of heartbreak and anxiety over how things unfolded, we found your YouTube channel. The kindness, patience, and wisdom you share truly brought us peace during this time. Watching you transform things that might be less than pretty, might be broken, might be damaged, and not turn them, but rather reveal them to be full of beauty, usefulness, and works of art to be grateful for. It was a metaphor for what we felt in those moments, and you helped us to shift our perspective." She finished the letter with a few more thoughts, and she also included a piece of her artwork. She creates lino cut prints, and she said, "To me, when I look at it, I see a helper, a friend helping another to stretch and reach for something, not grasping it for them, but helping them reach to grasp it themselves." I decided to share this story not because someone had some nice things to say about me. It was actually because several months ago I created this video, and the entire story was about a couple who almost made it to their 50th wedding anniversary. As a wedding gift in 1974, they received this beautiful, ornate chess set made in Italy. That video was a dedication to almost 50 years of marriage. And today's message is a sign of hope for a newlywed couple. With love and attention, some things can last a lifetime. Since there was one pole missing from this cabinet, I decided to purchase some brass poles to add a little contrast to this piece. There were some differences in color with the different wood species, but overall I was satisfied with this design. I considered staining the top to match the cabinet, but for now I think I like the contrast. I had no idea what to expect with this experiment, but I was very pleased to find all of the character from the years of normal wear and tear. Thank you for sharing all of your stories and for supporting the channel. Goodbye for now.